guys, welcome to Workout of the Week number 22. I'm Coach Brent.
I'm Coach Christy.
Last week we took you through a bit of a posterior stretch because my back was a little cranky. Well, my back's feeling nicer, but we thought we might give you a bit of a rundown of what to do to the front side.
Which is great, because that's where I'm really hurting at the moment.
Christy's sore on the front, so we're going to go. And we're going to do a bit of a session with a bit of a roller. So foam roller, not so foam roller, depending on what your ability to withstand discomfort is. Something like this is quite hard. Christy's one is probably a little nicer. The foam's a bit thicker, and then you've got the full foam rollers that are pretty comfortable. So we're going to do a little bit of shin, quad, glute, and we'll do some nice back work. 4 bits, couple of minutes a piece, so you can take, let's say, 20 minutes out of your day max, or before your workout, help you mobilise, manage your mobility a little bit.
Sounds
so
good.
I'm going to change the camera when you get ground bound and take you through a little bit of foam rolling.
Excellent, let's do it.
Cool, so the first one we're going to do is a little bit of shin. Well, we're not trying to mobilise your shin bone, but the muscle connective tissue either side of it. So the nicer version is a double leg. So you're going to start just below your knees.
How about we don't headbutt?
Let's not headbutt each other's face. I'm going to roll forward, Chris is going to go sideways like we planned. I'm not going to ad-lib myself in the wrong position. So sometimes I'm organised. I don't know when those times are. So
all about not headbutting.
all about not headbutting each other's face. So I'm going to put myself on my knuckles, that's just what I do. But what I want you to think about is your weight is over the roller. It's no good if all your weight's out here in your hands and you're doing this, right? So my weight's over the roller. I'm going to roll down towards my ankles, not onto my ankles, staying on the shin. Slowly roll myself back just short of the knees. Back and forth about 5 times, okay? I'm going to spend a little bit of time, let's say a minute. Now, options. If that's pretty pleasant, what you can do is go to a single leg. So my other leg just sits on the back of my first leg, I'm not putting pressure on it, and I'm rolling down again towards the ankle, slowly back towards the knee. Now, the benefit of doing a one leg is you can change the angle. So if I take my leg wide, I can get a little bit more on the inside of my shin. If I take it across, I can get a little more on the outside. But you're slowly working back and forward. I don't want you rushing through it like a 5-year-old counting to 10. What's about 10? So get your phone, your Apple Watch, set a timer, roll back and forth until the timer stops. So you do a minute per leg, or let's say a minute and a half for 2 legs. I'm going to punish you for doing 2 legs, that's if you can. So grab your roller, let's go. Well, that felt magical. So we're going to go into quad. So when you're rolling your quad, we're going from just above the knee. I don't want you rolling over your kneecap.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's bad.
Likewise when you get to the hip.
Yeah, you're going to roll up. You're not rolling up onto your stomach, right? It's just stopping just before the hip. Now, 2 ways you can do this. One is double leg, one is single leg. Now, I have a little baby roller in its width because I never do double leg, I do single leg. So starting just above the knee, I'm on my elbow and I'm rolling all the way up to my hip, or just short. And just like I said with the shin, makes a noise doing this one, it's not real fun. You start facing down, you slowly roll up and down till you're on your side, which is going to feel really awesome if you've never done this before. And then slowly work your way back down the front. Another thing you can do if you want to take, if it's a bit intense, is take that top leg, put it down, and you take a bit of pressure off by pushing through the foot. Now, little word to the wise, gentlemen. If you're using a roller and you're rolling both legs, bad things happen when you roll all the way up
I was
towards
going to
your
mention
hip.
that.
Something gets in the way and you're not going to really be happy with the outcome. So don't jump on and Superman your way out thinking you're just going to roll up. Yeah.
If you're female, however, you can
Yeah.
help a little.
Let's just stop before the hips, right? So up and down the quads, one leg, the other leg. So if you're doing double leg, 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Doing single leg, 1 minute per side. Let's go.
can be enough for that.
Cool. Now, I just want to be sure. Did you roll all the way around to the side on the side? Did you? Did you? If you didn't, go back and do it again. Other little thing is when you're rolling your quads and let's say your ITB or the lateral part of your leg, you gotta roll the whole way. If you get on one spot and you go, that really sucks, I'm just gonna lay here a bit and wiggle slightly. All you're doing is this. You've just mobilised an inch of your leg.
Yeah.
Most of us have legs a little longer than an inch. So you're working that whole length up and down, up and down. Starting on the front of the leg, rolling yourself around to the side of the leg, back around to the front. So,
bearing in mind too that if you've never foam rolled before, it's going to be uncomfortable the first probably half a dozen times at least.
oh yeah,
But if you do it regularly, like anything, it gets better and better and better. But you've got to do it consistently.
you would be surprised how much knee pain, glute pain, back pain comes from tight quads, tight lateral quads, hip pain. First time you're going to roll up, as Chrissy said, absolutely not the most fun you've ever had. Right, ease yourself into it. Take a lower option. Try to take a bit lower by pressing the leg onto the foot, and just do what you can manage. I don't want you to punish yourself into mobility, right? This isn't the 1960s gymnastics thing. I'm just like forcing you into mobility. So we've done a shin and we've done a quad. We're going to add glutes. So you're going to sit on your roller. We're going to attach this. Let's not attach anything, right? You're going to attack one glute at a time, so one butt cheek at a time. So you're going to turn slightly towards the outside of your butt, and you're going to roll down towards the back, and then back down over your butt, so you're almost back in your hamstring. So like we've done with everything so far, you start on one part. A human being is not a piece of paper. You don't have two sides. You've got multiple sides. You're a three-dimensional character. So you're going to roll up and down. You're going to come back towards the center a bit. Again, up and down. Ooh, a few lumps in there. One of them's the bottom of my pelvis. But again, I'm pretty tight still in the back from last week. This is not the most fun for me. Quads, I roll all the time, so I don't find it too bad. Shins sometimes, pretty unpleasant. Glutes, not pleasant. Righto, so go away, hit your roller. Minute and a half per glute. Roly-poly, see you in a minute. Okay, so we've done shins, quad, glutes. We're moving the back. Now this is one I always find a bit nice, but a couple little technical aspects to it. So we're going to roll from the top of your butt to, let's say, just below your shoulder blades. Now, a couple of things with this one. One is go slowly, right? As soon as you start bringing your backside down, you're going to want to slide along the roller, which will look hilarious, but it might end up with you landing on your backside on the floor. That's not what we want. So you're going to slowly roll down. Little tips I can give you. One is I hang onto the backs of my legs on the way down. It just means instead of trying to hold onto my abs as I bounce off the back like a seesaw, it gives me something to hang on to. Second one is if you have a ponytail or a hoodie, it's going to go under the roller if you go too far.
Yeah.
So next thing you're rolling and your hoodie's giving you a choke, or your ponytail's getting pulled under your head, just be aware that as you're rolling down, anything that's hanging off the back of your shirt, so a lot of time which I'm doing right now, tap my shirt in the back of my pants.
Or ladies, if you've got a knot tied in the back of your tank, maybe move that because it doesn't feel great rubbing up against your spine.
Yeah, so I'm going to tuck my shirt in and look like probably everyone's high school gym teacher and roll down the back. So you're just going to work as we have so far, top of your butt to just below shoulder blades, up and down, up and down. You don't really need to rotate on this one, it's just flat, nice and slow. Probably get a few snap, crackle pops there as you're rolling it back, particularly if it's the first time. Don't panic, you haven't just dislocated a vertebra. Just nice and slow, nice and easy. Let's go. It's usually a bit of a which, that actually feels really nice.
Yeah.
You feel just everything on the back relaxing a little bit. So I'm going to give you one more, it's optional. We're going to do a little bit of a lap.
Yeah,
Now,
we might be going there.
this is where we're going. Now, what I want to be really clear, I'm not rolling my ribs, right? I'm rolling this bit of meat here. So I'm only coming down about this far, which I mean is where my lats sort of, the bulk of it starts dissipating. I'm only going to roll a little bit onto it. I'm not rolling onto my side. I'm not rolling under my armpit onto my side. I'm rolling on my back, still, but off the side and higher. So not down low, just kind of up high. So to give you a little look at what that looks like, I'll go this way. Now, your arm has to be out of the way. If you have your arm by your side, you're now rolling on your arm and not doing much with your back. So Chris is doing exactly what I was going to demonstrate, which I'll do from another angle very shortly. Subtle turn towards the side, being on that side of the back. Just working up to, from, let's say, just below the crop line, which if you're female will make sense, and if you're a male trainer, you know where a crop line is because you've been training people in crops for 10 years. But where my zone is another good one.
Yeah.
It's not far down. It's not a huge movement. So for me, I have a really short torso. So a little roll from just the base of my shoulder down about that far from there. I'm built like a dash down. Oh, one side then the other. You got another side.
I have got another side.
Don't you get to stop? You've got another side with that.
I'm conscious of not kicking you.
Let's not kick me in the head. No. For something different. Oh my god. Well, last week, the grunting sound effects in the video were just that. They were sound effects. Those were very real, right? So, this isn't something you need to go and spend an hour of your day doing, and that's actually a common mistake most people want. Rather, let me rephrase that. It's a common mistake most people make. Turn that into a rhyme. When you're rolling or stretching or doing trigger point, we tend to go, I need to work on my mobility, or I want to get a bit loose so I'm not experiencing any muscle pain kind of thing. What I'll do is I'll do this for an hour every day. The reality is, you make it a 10-minute part at the end of your workout, or you jump on the roller in your lounge room, in the ads and TV, or if you watch Netflix, just do it between binge watching episodes, because there's no ads. You just need to make it a 10-minute part of your life. That lateral quad is a perfect example. Not a lot of runners get a lot of knee pain, get a lot of glute pain. And the first time you do your lateral quad, it's not something that's so pleasant you go, I'm going to do this all the time, this feels great. You definitely get a release from it and a relief from it. And if you made that a 10-minute part of your day, every second day for a month, you would notice a drastic improvement. Not only in hopefully a reduction in your knee pain, a reduction in your tight glute, and everything around that, but also just in how generally good your legs feel. So 10 minutes a day, everyone's got it. Make it count. We will see you next week for some intensity.
Yes.
For number 23. Rhymes are flowing.
You just busted a rhyme.
It's Wednesday.
We'll see you next week.
I'm busted body. So we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Bye guys. Can you hear my back?
No, I can hear your roller creaking, but
That's because it's working hard under this girth.
I didn't mean for that to sound so offensive.
What can you hear? Is that my back? No, it's your roller creaking. It's crying, Kirsty. That's the floorboards. Is that worse or better?